Bridgeport.
We're from Bridgeport.
We
Oh,
are?
well, we are in Bridgeport.
This is right up the street.
Yeah, you said you're Gabriel?
Yes.
Gabriel and Karen. Okay, so my question, we don't have to talk to Karen.
Sure.
The question is, what do you think happens after this life? And the second part of it is, how did, like, whether you believe strongly about something or have doubts, how did you get there? Like, how did you arrive at wherever you're at with that, you know? So.
Okay. Want me to start?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Talk to you later. Bye.
So, like, what happens after we die?
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is a tough question. I mean, so I guess it's like if we die. So at the end of the Bible, we have the book of Revelation. And so it's like we are waiting for like the second coming of Christ. And so if we're living during those times, I guess it looks different.
Okay.
But if we die before the second coming, I guess we have to wait for like judgment or something like that.
Okay.
So the answer is, I don't know because I haven't died.
Right.
So,
yeah.
My hope is that I do live a life of righteousness. So that either way, if the second coming comes, I'm found doing good.
Yeah.
And if I die before that, then when judgment comes, my spirit is worthy of God being able to enter the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
So I guess I try to focus more on, like, so I do believe in eternal life.
Yeah. Okay.
As a Christian with God, but I try to focus now in how to do right so that my spirit does live forever.
Okay.
For God. So it's kind of like that.
And did you have a religious background, Christian background, upbringing?
Yeah, so I'm Catholic.
Still pretty active in the Catholic Church?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't, we don't know. That's why, or for my faith, like, we don't know when these things are gonna happen. So it's better, better be caught, like doing good with God's work or walking the path of righteousness.
Okay. What about you, Gabriel?
So I came up in the Christian church, also.
Catholic church?
Not the Catholic, non-denominational.
Okay.
My grandpa had become a pastor in the Church of the Nazarene.
Okay. Heard of that? Oh, not real familiar with it.
They kind of broke off from the Anglican Church, sort of similar to Methodists, similar kind of heritage, but a little more, maybe you could say their religious code is a little more strict than Methodists.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. But, a little more orthodox than the Methodists.
Yeah.
But not as much as the Anglicans. Not as much as the Catholics.
And is it a liturgical church where, like you have a liturgy?
So, after he had broken off from the Church of the Nazarene, which happened before I was born.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter.
He became,
it's more like you
a
grew up
pastor in a non-denominational context.
I see. Yeah.
And so our liturgy was flexible.
Yeah.
So I've always held that.
Thank you. Sure.
This life is not a finality. What does it mean to exist?
Yeah.
And that it's just kind of like a breath. Different perspective on the nature of God and eternity. That I've always seen. Okay, I'll die. and my breath will look different, but it will continue forever.
Okay. You say breath, you mean your spirit or your...
Yeah, my expression of existence.
Uh-huh.
But that'll look totally different, radically different.
Yeah.
What does that look like? On the other side,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that I've almost died a couple times,
Uh-huh.
and that's an interesting perspective to have not, but to maintain.
Stay close.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's still quite a mystery. I'm happy for just what it is to remain a mystery, because I believe that with my walk,
Excuse me.
it's nothing to be afraid of.
Mhm.
So it's an incredible mystery.
Yeah.
That's
Do you,
that I'm,
do both of you, so kind of Catholic,
未好啊，媽咪唔可能啩？
did you guys have that conversation or
我
not?
發覺，
yeah, in different forms.
我當我瞓覺。哦。Low
It's not a
sodium.
wall.
Disciplines are different.
Yeah.
Rituals are different.
But not too much of a problem.
Here, see? You just put in the rice.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And would you say you both believe in, I mean, there's heaven, you believe in eternal life? I don't know. You're saying heaven, you believe in heaven and hell. When you talk about judgment, then there must be some different paths. You know what I'm saying? So would you say you believe in
冇火啦都係。
the concept of hell, which is not a popular
講我一個口。
topic, not something I enjoy talking about, but something I have to ask, I guess.
It's real. I prefer
Yeah.
to stay away from it.
Yeah.
I used to have an aunt that would visit my mom, and all she would talk about like things of like hell, and so for a long time I was like afraid of like dark and all these things.
Yeah.
But now I'm coming to a place where it's like, how do I focus in improving my relationship with God?
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, I do believe there's a hell, and I do believe in heaven.
Yeah.
But more than heaven and hell, I believe in God. So
Yeah.
try not to focus so much on like what is the politics of heaven, or like what's the structure of, like, it's important to know so that we can discern.
Yeah.
But in regards to myself as an individual, so that I live my life, doing good, and so
Yeah.
these things happen. The mystery of life will be kind of like open to us.
Yeah.
If
There's things we don't know now.
yeah, and it's okay. Like, there's things that are important to know now about the Bible and God, and
Yeah.
so that we can discern and
Manny 2501, please. Manny 2501.
a path where like, oh well, does it really matter if I do this? Everyone else does it. No. How do we choose the latter?
Yeah.
So those things. When I speak of like righteousness, because that's a big word. It's like, oh, righteousness.
Right.
But no, it's like, how are we not to see into truly valuing what's of value, learning to know what's of value. How do you put God first in your life?
Yeah.
And then allowing everything else to follow, including prayer,
Yeah.
things like that. And so, I mean, I do believe in heaven and hell, of course, but like I try to focus on like how the Bible, open the Bible, be a reflection of myself.
Mm-hmm. Do you, both of you, the idea of heaven, I'm just going to kind of like talk like, what's the word for it? Logically, if there's a heaven and a hell, then it must mean some people go to one and some to the other, right? And it sounds like both of you believe you would end up in heaven, right?
Maybe
Or is
so.
that too? Yes. Do you think you can be sure about it in this life?
No, we have to work hard.
Andre, can you come to the sequel counter, please? Andre, to the sequel counter.
So, for example, what's the concept or definition of good? So there's like our concept of good, but then there's the concept of good according to God. So then how do we study diligently that perception and not others' perception or the world's perception?
Because I guess I want you to know I believe in heaven and hell too, but I'm actually a high school teacher, and I give tests, right? And I kind of think of like the Judgment Day as like a test, you know? Like, not a test, but this must be better. The results of the test, I guess. His life is kind of like a test.
You never drink regular, right?
But, do we believe that if some people end up in hell, that we're better people than them, you know? And that doesn't sound right. Do we need to go through life like cowering in fear, wondering, okay, have I done enough good to get to heaven? So like as a teacher, we have a cutoff line. You have to make 60%, to pass. But we're also like, we also do tell our students what the test is going to be about, and what you can get ready for. We might not give them the questions ahead of time, but see what I'm saying? Like it's not a blind test, So what do you think would be the criteria for how is it that some people end up in hell and some people end up in heaven? And what do you think Judgment Day? So it sounds like you're saying judgment. You'd be judged on how good you are, right?
Yeah, like so my belief or my coming to understanding is that and this is something we kind of have similar points of views, but we split a little bit, where salvation in a way is open to everyone. And at any point in life that can happen.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're introduced to God or you're saved and then that's it. No, you're tested every day of your life till you die. It's not like, that's why there's the discipline and the habit. How do we, God first in our lives?
Yeah.
But I guess it's like,
am I still in the way?
But I'm just looking at the house over here. Sorry. Sit.
So I think it's a process. I'm in that process myself.
Yeah.
It's how we truly move our relationship with God through our actions and what we speak from the overflow of our heart. It's what comes out of our mouth. So how do we keep the word inside? So that through our actions and that process of living really transforms us, and how the word comes to transform us. And so how that takes you away from fear.
Okay.
And that takes you away from judging others.
There is a call waiting for customer service.
I truly can't. It's like when you're in the airplane and the plane might be having a rough landing, and then the air mask fall down. Put the mask on you first, so that you can help your neighbor put that mask on.
Yeah.
And so it's the same. Like, we think so much about these big questions and all the other things, but we have to focus on ourselves, and we have to work on ourselves so much.
Yeah.
Judging others whether they're going to go to heaven or hell. I like thinking about other people and the differences. It's like not our business.
Yeah. Well, God is the judge, right?
Exactly. It's like that. But then how do we focus on ourselves? How are we better people, better examples to our families?
Yeah.
And then how do we do change little by little? God is truly with us. And then when God is truly with us,
I think I kind of hear you saying, because you were talking about like there's a mystery, right? And there's some passages in the Bible that are very mysterious, beyond our understanding. And one is, and I'm really bad on remembering exactly where it is, but it says it refers to us as we're saved, and we're being saved, and we will be saved. And it's all replies to people who end up in heaven. So we're saved at one point in our life, but we're being saved as we go through life, and we will be saved. And there's just different aspects of ways to look at it, I think. And I feel like that's what you're kind of talking about.
This is where I think we differ, because I feel like that's conditional if you're saved. Because you're saved if you keep the covenant.
Yeah.
If you keep the teachings of God. If you don't keep the teachings of God,
yeah.
You know, but that's not for other people. That is for you to keep.
Yeah.
So I have to, because like my people are destroyed by the lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
So the lack of knowledge of God, like who's man, because there's so much figure of speech in the Bible.
Yeah.
There's history, moral teachings, prophecy, and fulfillment, and so is how it's just being a Christian is such a process. I don't even know how to speak. But it is conditional.
Yeah.
It's if you keep my word.
It does say that.
It does.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. You have to read. You have to be an understanding of God. Because it's people don't like, and there's something too we speak of even in school or politics or whatever. People don't like different definitions at the same time, or but it's layered, it's complex.
Yeah.
And so we're speaking of if you keep the covenant, it's like you will get the reward. So if you keep my law, if you keep my understanding, you will be rewarded. And in addition to that, it's not for no one else, it's for you.
Yeah.
Like the Bible is not a copy.
Christian 2501, please. Christian 2501.
Principles of politics is something personal.
Yeah.
But then at the same
Keep reading
time, and in addition to that, is also salvation is open to everyone.
Right.
Everyone who turns and goes, come, repent, Jesus says. The first thing he said.
Yeah.
Repent. I tell you, repent. What does that mean? Come to me. What does it mean, come to me? Change your ways.
Yeah.
Get better.
Stop going your own way and start following me.
Yeah. So it's here and this and this and this and this.
Very nuanced.
Yeah. So it's kind of like there's no straight answer.
How about you, Gabriel? So returning to that first question, or not the first, but what is the difference between people who end up in heaven and those who end up in hell? How do you think that happened, I guess?
It'll hold itself. I have no idea. I have no idea how that decision is made.
Yeah.
I know that I have an invitation to a relationship, and that is my responsibility.
Yeah.
To develop and cultivate that relationship and understanding God's heart, and to let whatever that looks like become a light in me that is an inspiration through my character, my words, my actions.
Yeah.
And let that active love be a transformative force for myself and for others. So long as I maintain a posture of leaning in. What does your heart look like, God? How can I dance in that reality? Grounding, in this word that I have been given, and then letting that also be, what does communication with God look like? Just with me, through the word, and then just through my life.
Yeah.
And for me, my conviction is to have that be grounded in like models of love. What does this look like in the language of love? That to me feels right, and like the way I should go.
Yeah. Sounds like I like that you're really pointing to, it's an ongoing it's a relationship with God, an ongoing relationship, and just living out that relationship. I think about, like, I'm sure I'm going to heaven, but at the same time it says work out your salvation with fear and trembling, So how does that's again, getting back to the idea that we can be saved and yet we're being saved,
We make every effort, because many will try to go and not all can get it. It's a narrow door.
Yeah.
And so it's like being humble, like showing up for an exam and being over-prepared. Yeah, God, the other times you prepare, He's like that.
Yeah.
And so
the thing, and I'm just want to ask if this gives you that same hope. The thing that gives me hope is that when Jesus died on the cross, He died for me and for everyone, but His death, He took the punishment that I deserved, right? So if I think that I can somehow earn heaven, I would be really worried, because I don't deserve it, I've broken God's laws in every way you look at it, every one of the 10 commandments I've broken, and the good things I do, I should do anyway, so I mean, can I say that my good can pay for my bad? No, because I ought to do good, the Bible talks about that. If you don't do the good you ought to do, that too is sin, So where's my hope? My hope is in what Jesus did on the cross. And so if I was to say, I don't think I'm going to heaven, it would be almost like saying, well, what He did on the cross wasn't enough, So my hope is in Jesus, but yet and so it's not like going through life thinking, how much can I do to be saved? It's more like, okay, I'm saved. How much can I do to express my gratitude, or to live out my salvation, work it out, I guess, like to allow it to change my life and to express itself through me in the lives of others, if that makes sense. So, but I wonder if like different Christians like focus on different, different aspects of Christianity, focus on different parts of that, be saved, you're being saved and you will be saved. I wonder if that's where some differences come in, like not too many, like some don't focus on the idea that there comes a point where you are saved, like you receive Christ and you become saved in life, but then there's the worry that, okay, you just pray a prayer and forget about God the rest of your life? No, you're working out your salvation. You're living out that relationship, So it's both and, I think, or all three and. If that makes sense. So, do you guys talk much about your beliefs with each other, and maybe your differences, but maybe focus on the commonalities?
I mean,
Both.
If I can confess, I read the Bible together. And that's something really new in our religion.
I want to encourage that. That's awesome to do that.
But I do, in terms of like salvation, make every effort. It's not like, like Jesus died, the apostles died, the disciples died as well. So that book, you might be reading John, he died for us to have that word.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's so much effort into what has happened.
Yeah.
And so you do have to attempt to make every effort to try to live a proper life.
Yeah.
Not just be like,
Well, no, Jesus died for us to have the Word. Jesus died, so the Word in a figurative sense.
well,
Literally,
right. Well, he died
finality of the law.
Well, Jesus came as the prophecy of the Old Testament, and then you fulfill it because God had those were promises made by God that fulfilled.
Different sense from the disciples died.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
but I mean,
then he rose again.
yeah, right. But no, but I
Conquered
mean,
death.
like, what has the deepness of what has happened is not something to be taken lightly.
Right.
Is what I mean.
To me, that's where the fear and trembling comes in. It's like, wow, God did that for me. It's like, I don't deserve it. It's so awesome. It's mind blowing, that our Creator would do that for us, and ultimately He did it for, the Father was glorifying the Son. The Son's for His own glory, but we get to be a part of that, and to me that's awesome.
I think it's good that people keep it in their mind like that. It's essential. In addition to that, I would also counsel to keep in mind that in the end, we don't really know who's going to be saved. Some people are with the Word, and they feel comfortable or good, and we should, because we have God inside of us. But that doesn't mean that we should get comfortable to the other side, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm saved because it's me, or because I did good. This is my perception of God, and it's enough.
To me, actually, comfort is something that causes us not to live on faith. Like all the disciples in the boat were very comfortable, but Peter was the one who stepped out and walked on water because he was stepping out on faith. So he wasn't comfortable doing it, but he's the one, I think, who grew from the experience.
I mean, especially as a Catholic, we pride ourselves on Peter as the foundation of the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Peter is crazy. I mean, even Jesus told Peter, "Get behind me, Satan," because Peter doesn't know, and he's already and then he's the one who always asks the question. He says, "Who's gonna betray you?"
Right.
I won't, and then he betrays.
Right.
You have the audacity to get off the boat, see Jesus walk on water, and think that you can do it.
Yeah.
So this guy is such a great example for us, because he falls and falls and falls.
Yeah, and gets up.
And gets up and gets up and gets up. So that's our thing. So how do we keep getting up?
Yeah, he's my example too, because I try to make, this is kind of like a regular habit of mine. I start conversations and some I record, but it wasn't easy to get started. It's definitely, even now I've done it for a while, and I'm still, it's way out of my comfort zone. So, not, once I get the conversation started, it's great, but approaching people is like, man. I kind of like doing it in the grocery store, because I can, as I'm pushing my cart, I can kind of be praying as I'm going, like, God, give me the boldness to approach someone and talk to them, So, well, I appreciate the conversation. I want to leave you with this. Ephesians 2:8-9. I do remember that verse. It says, by grace we are saved through faith. It's faith in Christ. It's grace. It's a free gift of God, right? So by grace we are saved through faith. It's a gift of God, not of works, so that no one can boast. So we can't earn salvation. It's something that's given to us, that we receive. But then it says in verse 10, it says that we're created to do good works. So our purpose is to live out that salvation by, overcoming sin, using the same power that rose Jesus from the dead, and we have power over sin in our lives, and so we can live out a salvation from sin and its effects in our lives, and start to do those good works that God created us to do.
I recommend also Hebrews 12. We just read it. Hebrews 12:1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it speaks about the walk, leave sin and walking the path of perseverance, so that you are in the race that was marked out for you.
Yeah.
And so it's similar to that.
One way we look at that is the whole perseverance thing is, if you are saved, you will persevere. In other words, it's so how do I? Because it's like we all, different people have different levels, I guess, of faith in Jesus. So for some, he's just like this word that you say, and there's power there or something. There's different ways to believe in Jesus. How do I know I have, I guess, saving faith, right? And so I have believed for a long time, but I can look back in my life and I can see what God's been doing, and I can see that I have a growing faith, and I'm growing in righteousness. I'm working it out, and that lets me know that my faith is a living faith and not a dead faith. So do my good works save me? I don't believe they do, but do my good works assure me or help give evidence, I guess, that I am saved? yeah, it gives me a growing assurance that, yeah, God's real in my life. He's been doing things, you know. I know I couldn't do a lot of the things that He's led me to do on my own, you know. So, well, thank you. Thank you so much. Jeff, yeah. We're going to meet you. I'll turn this off. I want to say a quick prayer for you guys. All right. So.